So the summer is fast upon us. The days are getting longer. The sun is shining. Or not enough for me to be wearing my shorts for this introduction because it is still a headland. It's not. I can't find the ball, mate. You want to go have a look for it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It is still a headland, not the south of France. But we've got time now to maybe look after our own mental health and our physical health. And this week I've gone to join a fantastic group, a running group. They're based in Hartlepool, being set up for the last 7 years. They're not only there to cater for people who are existing runners, but also people who are intermediary and people who've never done it before. Really encouraging to get new members in, and I thought it'd be fantastic to highlight them in this video. Let's go and meet them.
But that's enough from me. Let's hear from Andrew, the founder of RunFit.
So RunFit started just over 7 years ago now, and it was born from, there wasn't really anywhere where people could just go for a run in a group setting. There's a running club in a town, but it's probably more competitive rather than social. And what I wanted to create, athletics club. Yeah, more of an athletics club, which is what it is. And I just wanted to create a social environment where people could come and join in and run and not take themselves too serious. And it just kind of snowballs to what it is today. We run 3 times a week, we have a boot camp, and we do other bits and pieces within the community, doing couch to 5Ks. We don't really have a location as such. We just meet in different places around town. So Monday nights are generally on the promenade, where it's nice and flat and keep everyone together. And it doesn't matter how fast or slow you are, if you're experienced runner or a beginner. I plan the sessions so that everyone's doing the same thing but at their own pace, you know. Tuesday night we do a boot camp, which kind of complements the running. So it's lots of running specific strength exercises, again for all abilities. Wednesday night we tend to run around the streets. We'll seek out the hills in the town and we'll meet somewhere local again. And
you say that's more for advanced, intermediate,
no,
advanced?
Not
or,
really.
yeah.
People think that, but it's not. Because again, we might do like a loop of a hill. So some people might do 3 loops of the hill, some people might just do 1 loop of the hill. You know, you can walk up the hill. You know, some people might walk up and run back down, some people run up and down, it doesn't matter. Saying that though, the Thursday night, which is where we normally do a head torch run during the dark night, we go off-road, so it's a trail run. You need to be able to kind of navigate a little bit and take instructions. We might follow a specific route, you know, which isn't really difficult, but if you don't know the area where we're running, and we have lost people in the past. Yeah, well, one of the hardest things to join a new group is actually turning up. And I've had people even pull up into the car park and then not get out of the car and drive home because it's just so overwhelming. And people are worried like that they're not going to be able to keep up and they're going to be at the back, but that should never be the case at all.
Started. Andrew obviously was on his own.
Yeah.
And then we just took it. Every day was different, every session was different.
Oh,
and
hello.
it was a learning process.
Hello.
What we needed. We found that. Oh yeah, pets are welcome. Needed somebody to stay at the back of the group.
Yeah.
Somewhere like this where we're all together in the night. Not so bad. But a lot of people say, I don't want to go, I can't run.
Yeah.
I'm going to be at the back. It's a well-known massive saying, everyone says it. Well, they're not, because I'll be at the back. So they'll never be at the back. And they'll never be left.
No.
So
it's a companionship, it's communication, it's
Also,
ensuring that if you come along and if you're not at a high level at all, you're still part of the group.
yes, yeah. As well as a lot of ladies.
Yeah, of course.
They're a bit
I
worried.
imagine postnatal as well.
Yeah. A lot of ladies who might not want to spend time with them.
We are there to break down those barriers for those specific reasons, and just come and give it a go. You know, we don't take ourselves too serious, and you can always run at your own pace.
Camaraderie, the support,
Yeah.
the encouragement. people of all standards are here, and everyone is so encouraging and supportive. Doesn't matter if you're first back, last back, middle back, it's not about that. It's about having that enjoyment, and obviously people motivate each other in the nicest of ways. It's not competitive, I'm going to beat you in front. It's like, come on, we can do this. So yeah, I mean, because I've done it, and I just love coming here.
A lot of people that do take part in races, you know, there's people that do ultra marathons, there's people that just do park runs, you know, and there's no you don't have to take part in a race. You know, you don't have to attend every running session. You can come and go as you please. You might come on a Monday night and that'll be the only run you do. In the past, we've had members of the month stop doing that, and people have asked for Strava leaderboards and things like that, but it's just not something that I'm interested in. It's purely turn up, have a run, do your best, and go home happy. Well, apparently I've always been a good runner. I've once been at school and getting dragged out the class, and it was normally for bad behaviour. And it was like, Lily, it was like, what? You come and running at High Tunstall School? I was like, you what? And I got dragged there to do a cross-country race, and I hated it. Didn't enjoy it at all, but apparently I was quite good at it. You know, so I was kind of, oh, you'll go, take him. There was a member of Bermwood Harriers at the rugby club, and he always said, oh, Lil, you should come running, you'd enjoy it. And I was like, nah, mate, it's not for me. Don't like that kind of thing. But then a couple of my mates went, and then I went and absolutely loved it and got really competitive. And then from joining Bermwood Harriers, there was a guy there that was trail running. I'd never even heard of it before, I'd never seen it. And he was a trail ultra runner, and he was out on the moors. And I just messaged him, I said, you know, I've just seen on Facebook you're out on the moors running. I said, what's that about? He said, oh, I'm training for a 55-mile race, starting in Gisborough, finishing in Helmsley. I was like, oh, I wouldn't mind doing a bit of that. And he said, oh, well, you can come out one of my trail runs with me. And I went and just absolutely fell in love with the sport, trail running, ultra running, and I never ran a road race again. The difference between road running and trail running is night and day. You know, road running's more competitive, it's all about time, or PBs, all that kind of thing. Where trail running, it's more about just being out there, the experience, you know, the surroundings, you know, you're out there, you know, you take a lot of food and water, you know what I mean, you can walk, because, you know, you can't run every part of it, you know, and that just, I love being outside anyway. And, you know, I went from doing literally nothing to doing, you know, running ultramarathons, starting from, you know, 40-mile races up to 110, love it. Yeah, so from Hart Village Hall, every year we do 2 or 3 races. We do a 5k race, that's coming up at the end of April, and then we do a 10k race at the end of October. Try and make it suitable for everyone. Even if, you know, if it's your first time doing a race, you know, if you're just going to running, you know, you've never done a race yet, because you've always been a bit wary of the race environment, if you like, you know, well, those are the kind of people we want to come and join us in the race, because some races have cut-off times, you know, and we don't have any cut-off times. You know, we try to make the route as easy as possible to follow, because a lot of people get worried, especially doing trail running. You can get worried about getting lost, taking a wrong turn, put signs and tape and marshals at every corner. So all you've got to concentrate on is moving forward. Afterwards, we usually have a buffet, which is not something a lot of people do. You see it in ultra marathons, when you get to an end, they'll have a buffet, but your usual 5k, 10k races, you'd normally turn up, get your race number, do your race, and then off you go.
Take a selfie.
Take a selfie with your medal. Yeah, get in your car and go on, where we kind of want people to hang around a little bit. Yeah. You know, we have tea, coffee, we have a raffle. Again, just bringing that social aspect back to running again. Yeah, so Rusty Spokes was born out of COVID. I always wanted to bring a cycling element to RunFit. We've got running, RunFit, we've got WalkFit, and BoxFit, pre-COVID. So cycling was just kind of that natural next step forward, I think, you know, as a different way of keeping people active. Running's not for everybody, walking's not for everybody. And think about breaking down barriers to people, why they don't take part in physical activity. You know, if they don't like running, they don't like going for a walk, or what cycling, you know, what about boot camp? With COVID came, cycling was one of the things that you could do, you could venture further afield, and so to keep people active was what I try to promote. is because you can only leave the house and run around the same block, the same street for so long before it gets, you soon lose motivation. Like, get a bike, get on your bike, get further afield. So I was repairing RunFit members' bikes, and then it was just like, can I have my mate's bike? Oh, my mate at work, his needs doing. And before I knew it, I was just getting inundated with bikes to repair, working from home. There's an opportunity here. There's a need here, a repair shop. With COVID, not knowing what was going to happen at the other end, you know, because everything we do is group. You know, everything we do is based around groups and being together. I thought, well, I'm going to give it a go and just see what happens. Rusty Sports was born, and just kind of went with it with there, nearly out of date, a couple of years later. Yeah. So WalkFit was born out of my mother-in-law. She used to come to RunFit, but she had really poorly knees. But she is really active. So it was her idea that you know, we'd create a group for people that just wanted to walk. You know, there was people that, you know, they were getting bad injuries for one reason or another, but still wanted to get outside and still wanted to get out in the fresh air, you know, go and do some trail walking. So we created WalkFit, and that's been going a couple of years now as well. What people tend to do is, before they come to RunFit, they might do a couch to 5k first. What I want people to do is to come to us first. They don't need to do the couch to 5k first. But that said, again, it was 18 months or 2 years of COVID, and in that time we had no new members coming through. Everybody that came back when we came back together, everybody could run. It wasn't so much a beginners running group, we were just a running group. So then when somebody new came, you know, there was a massive gap between the newbie, if you like, and the member of RunFit, and we're bridging that gap now. But it's, you know, slowly, usually with the drip feed in over time, you know, but we obviously, with sort of 18-24 months of nobody joining us, there was a big gap, but we're backfilling that now. You know, we've got a couch to 5k that's just finished, and those that took part have filtered in. We've got another one going now, and again, hopefully those will filter in as well.
That was so informative, Andrew. Thank you so much for your time. Let's speak to some of the guys from RunFit.
We are people who run us tales. We would never ever get left behind.
Come on.
Yeah, give it a try.
It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
You will not regret it. You know, there's every encouragement, and you'll have great fun.
Wow, what an adventure and what a story, and there was still so much I had to tell and I had to edit out of the video. But if I can finish on any idea, it's that if you've ever considered running or feel like you want to try something different, think about getting fitter or healthier, you won't regret reaching out to RunFit. What an absolutely amazing group to spend some time with. Them and other schemes like them, they're there to support you with your journey, and an absolute credit to the town of Hartlepool. I can't thank them enough for giving me full access to their team members and letting me create my first project. If there are things you feel that are in your way from stopping you from taking part, reach out to Andrew at RunFit. You can reach out to myself. More than happy to facilitate overcoming any barriers, whether practical, any practical barriers to health and well-being, support to overcome feelings of anxiety. I encourage you to reach out to us today. When you've just watched this video and it's fresh in your mind, obviously the second best time to act is now. If you feel there are any other groups, not just sports clubs, that are improving the lives of the people of Hartlepool and the North East, I'd love to hear from them. If they deserve some exposure, pop your ideas in the comments, or email me, or pop over to my website and get more of an idea of what I'm trying to achieve. I absolutely loved putting this together for such a beneficial group as RunFit, and I can't wait to get started on some more projects, no matter how big or how small. If you're benefiting us, I'd love to know more about it. We are moving forward. Let's not stop now. Papa.